Hey guys, what is up? This is Stephanie, aka the Limitless Babe, reminding you today and every day that you are limitless. So, today I want to talk about Christmas and I want to talk about releasing the pressure off of yourself. So, I feel like this is a time of year where so many of us get so wrapped up in all the hustle and bustle and oh, I have to buy a gift for this person and I have to buy a gift for that and I have to make this and I have to bake that. And we just feel like we have to go, go, go. And I understand it, right? Like I understand it. I've participated in that. And I also, it makes me sad because I feel like that is a great way to miss out. In trying so hard to do so much, right? And trying to be the doer, you're missing on getting to be the beer. You're not getting to just like enjoy and embrace the real magic and beauty of Christmas time. Like, I know I've talked about this in other videos, but if you can just slow down and just go with the flow, you will actually pay attention, be present, and see all the fun and beauty that is just effortlessly there. Like, this is a time of year where everyone is going above and beyond, and including, townships and what's the word I'm looking for? Like tourist spots. Like, if you have any of these places local to where you live, like I'm very fortunate, we live close to New York City. Also, like just in our area in general, there are like farms and malls and different things that do fun Christmas events. But there's so many free activities that all we have to do is get in the car and go, and we can observe the beauty of Christmas. Like one of my favorite things to do every year, I love to go to like Bryant Park in New York City and Rockefeller Center and just walk around and look. Just look at the lights, look at the trees, look at which store is it, Saks? I think it's Saks Fifth Avenue with like the light show in front of the store. It's so cool. Um, like I love seeing those things, like seeing people. Like I love people watching that time of year. You go and you see like couples holding hand in hand, drinking hot chocolate, and like there's just so much joy in the air. There's just so much magic. You see kids going to see Santa and you see the excitement on their face. And if we could just sit back and stop worrying so much about all the hustle and bustle and things that we have to get for people. And I'll tell you right now, the gift part of Christmas is my least favorite part of Christmas. And it's not because I'm cheap. It's because I feel like it really takes away from it. I love giving gifts to children. I love buying gifts for my daughter, for, my friends' kids, for cousins, nieces, nephews. Like, I love all of that. And I think that there's something so fun about seeing a child get a gift and just be so excited. Um, but I feel like as an adult, I'm going to tell you right now, and maybe I'm different, right? Like, as an adult, there's nothing that you can give me that, I mean, unless you're really loaded, let's be real. There's not much that you can give me that is going to dazzle me beyond end. And instead, I know for me, I don't want a gift. I want your company. I want to make cookies with you. I want to watch Christmas movies with you. I want to go ice skating with you. Like I want to do all the fun free stuff that's going on. Like I want to have experiences with you and make memories with you. To me and my personality type and my love language, I want that quality time with you. I want to just bond, right? Like, and I recognize that there's a lot that goes into this time of year, but let me get back on point because I think I lost track a little bit. Um, I think that we get so wrapped up in the hustle and bustle and everything that we have to do and get for people that we miss out on the magic. So how do we calm down and really absorb all the magic of Christmas? Well, it's like I just said, you slow down, you pay attention, you get present, and you go through your to-do list. And this is super important. Go through your to-do list and cross off 3 things. Like go through it and say, okay, what do I really like? What is really not necessary? What's not a big deal? What can I do instead? Where can I cut the fat? Right. And now back to gifts. Like, I think that we think as a society, well, we have to buy gifts for everyone that we know, all of our friends and all of our family. And it's beautiful. But even right there, the phrase we have to, I don't think we realize that that takes away from what it was initially intended to be. Getting a gift for someone was supposed to be an act of love that we felt inspired to do. It was supposed to be, well, I saw this gift and I thought of you. And it's supposed to make both parties feel good. But I think that we've gotten into this pattern in society where it's now become an obligation, and it doesn't feel good for anyone. And also, we live in a society where we have so much. Like, most people out there have way too much stuff in their home, right? I think that that's why a lot of people like me are looking into decluttering, going minimalist. We want to clear out our space because there have been studies to show that when you have too much, one, you don't appreciate it. And two, it actually can, physical clutter can create mental clutter, and mental clutter can get in the way of your goals, your productivity, your mental well-being. Like, we live in a time where we just have so much stuff, right? And with Amazon, one click away, it's easy to get even more stuff, right? So one thing that I think that we can take off of our list is feeling the obligation to buy gifts for everyone. Now, that doesn't mean that there's not going to be those special people in your life. And definitely, like I said, I love buying gifts for all the kids in my life. Like, I just think it's so fun. Like, it's just, oh, seeing the joy on their face. It's so fun. And kids are the best at receiving, you know? Um, but and they should, that's their job. Like, just receive. That's it. You don't have to do anything, just receive. Um, but yeah, I just feel like there are those certain people that you want to buy a gift for, and you should. If you want to, go for it, right? I don't want to say should because I don't like that word. But if there's someone that you're really inspired to buy a gift for, do it. But do it with the pure intention. Do it with the knowledge of knowing that I'm not expecting anything in return. And I'm doing this just because I want to, like, I see that this person would love this. I know it. And it makes my soul, my heart happy to give this to that person. If you're going to do it with that intention, go for it. Another thing that I suggest, but I'm saying that because I also want you to remember that you're not obligated to buy gifts for people. You are not obligated to buy gifts for your sister's uncle's cousin just because you know them and you're going to see them on Christmas. Like, you don't have to do that because that's draining. And you know what you're going to end up doing? You don't really know your sister's uncle's cousin. And so you're going to get them some, I don't want to use the word, but crap that they don't need, right? That now they have to figure out how to manage and how to find space for it in their home or how to return it. And it's all more work for you. It's more work for them. Everybody's got to pretend like, oh, this was wonderful. Listen, they didn't want to get it. You didn't want to give it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Take the pressure off of yourself. You know what you do instead? Talk to your family and try to get them to do either a Secret Santa or a white elephant. White elephants are my favorite. If you don't know what a white elephant is, I will briefly go over it. But basically, you pick a price limit, right? You say, this is our set price point. This is where the gifts need to be around. You can put a cap on it. You can put a minimum on it. However you want to do it, the rules are yours. You pick, the fun thing about a white elephant, actually, that I like even more than a Secret Santa, you don't have to establish who's participating first. You can simply set it in play, announce it to everyone, and say, whoever wants to participate, because at the end of it, no one's going to end up without a gift because nobody's gift is specifically intended for someone. So let's say our limit is $25. You go out, you buy a $25 gift, and you wrap it in a way where it's kind of discreet. You don't wrap it. Like if it's a bottle of wine, don't just put a bow on it. Like you want to kind of like put it in a bag or wrap it in a way where they can't really know what it is until they open it. Okay. So now let's say we show up at the party and there's 5 people that want to participate. Okay, great. 5 is a little bit. Let's say 10. 10 people want to participate. You put all the 10 gifts in the middle and then everybody picks a number. Okay. So 1 through 10, you pick a number and that's the order that they get to pick their gifts in. Now, fun fact, everybody thinks that spot number 1 is the best because you get to pick the gift first. No, number 1 is not the best number to have in this case. In this case, the last number is the number you want, and I will tell you why. Well, actually, is it? I don't know that it's necessarily the best because there is one rule that could put a damper on that, but let's get there. So one by one, you pick your gift. But now here's the fun thing. Numbers 2 and up can steal the gift from anyone who has opened a gift before them. Okay. So let's say that number 1 opens their gift and you really love it. And you're number 2, you can say, well, instead of picking a gift, I want that one. Okay. You can steal it. Bam, wham, bam. You know what you got. That's it. So you can either take the mystery gift or you can take that one. And so forth. And you just keep going and keep going. Now, here's the thing is that you set a cap on how many times the gifts can be stolen. So sometimes people do 2 times, sometimes people do 3 times, 4 times, whatever the case is. It depends on how many people are participating. So that's why I say technically the last number is the best one because you can steal any of the gifts, right? Unless a gift has had the cap put on and it can no longer be stolen. So it's just a lot of fun. And sometimes people bring like gag gifts, like funny gifts. Sometimes they bring really good gifts. Like it's just, you never know what you're going to get. And I think that White Elephant just takes off the pressure because you get to go shopping for that one gift, not 10, but one gift and enjoy it. Like you can really go and say, wow, this is really cool. Like I love this. And you don't have to worry about, well, who would this be for? It doesn't matter. Somebody in that pile is going to love it, right? Somebody's going to be like, that's the gift for me. So white elephants are amazing for eliminating the stress and the pressure, right? If you can talk your family into doing that instead of buying for everybody, I promise you, you will have way more time to enjoy the holiday season. Another thing that you can do is, and this is, I think this is important for not only for your sanity, but for your children's sanity. I know that there is that temptation to want to buy your children everything, especially like if you're in a co-parenting dynamic. A lot of parents feel, and I hear this from a lot of people, that they feel the guilt, like, oh, but like, I just want to make up for the fact that like, they don't have that solid family unit. And like, I just want it to be extra special. And the intention is beautiful, right? That intention, there are also those parents that just want to buy the kids love. I get that. Like that intention, not so beautiful, but it still happens, right? So there, but we're going back here. When the intention is just because like, I want my child, it's like, I want to fill the void. I want to make them happy. I want to make sure that they're okay and that they know that they're loved. Okay. But your child knows that they're loved without the crazy exorbitant amount of presents. Okay. I promise you, if you're a good parent, if you actually care about your child, if you actually care about their emotional well-being and fitness, you don't have to splurge on all of these crazy, crazy gifts, crazy, crazy gifts. One thing that I try to practice in my home is that Santa brings 3 gifts, mom gives 1. And I'm working on my family on getting to the point where they only bring her 1 gift. And I know it's so hard because there's so many cute things out there. And trust me, guys, like I relate. Oh, in the last few weeks, it seems like every time I go on my phone, I order another gift for her. But what I figured is that I can, instead of giving them all to her on Christmas, I can disperse them throughout the year and bring a little bit of excitement every so often, randomly. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be just on Christmas, because here's the thing. And I'm sure that, you know, a lot of parents out there have heard about this. There is such thing as too much. You know, more is not always more. Sometimes less is more. And I'm sorry, I'm sniffling. Like, I think my allergies are acting up. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I more is not more, less is more. And a lot of parents um I can't think of the words that I want to use, but they rotate the toys, right? Because there is such thing as overwhelm for children. And just like adults, and like I said before, when we have physical clutter, it creates mental clutter and it makes our productivity less. It makes it harder to focus. It makes it harder to appreciate what we're doing in the moment and to be present. And there's just a lot of negatives to having too many things. You know what I mean? And too much stimulation. So a lot of like teachers and you know, young education professionals will tell you that it's a good idea to rotate the toys. So that way, they play with the toys for a little bit, and then maybe in like a week or 2 weeks, you rotate them out, give them different toys. And then here's the kicker. A week or 2 weeks later, you give them back the other toys. And because they haven't seen them in a week or two, it's like getting brand new toys and they will play with them more. Like if you just dump all the toys in the playroom and leave the kids to their own devices, I guarantee you're going to see them neglect and ignore a lot of those toys. But if they're rotated, it feels fresh and new, and they remember how fun this toy was. And it's a totally different dynamic. It's really beautiful. So for that reason, like, and well, that's one of the reasons. That's one reason that I think it's important to not overwhelm your child by getting them the plethora of toys. You know what I mean? Like, yes, it's fun to wake up Christmas morning and see the tree literally like pouring out with gifts. It's beautiful. It's fun. But it's also, you have to think about what that does to your child's emotional and mental well-being and how overwhelming that can feel and how it's not really doing a service to them. It's not doing a service to you. It's stressing you out. It's breaking the bank. It's doing a lot of harm more than it's doing good. Okay. And also like, I don't know about you guys, but space, again, like we talked about, like clutter and like finding space for things is something that I struggle with. And I'm sure that there are other parents out there that are thinking, okay, well, where do I store all of this? And when you're buying gifts for your kids and then other people are sending gifts or giving gifts for your kids to put in your home, it's like, wait a second, where do I put all this stuff? So I want you to understand that it is perfectly okay for you to put a cap on yourself and say, this is what happens in our house. And you can explain that to your child. Listen, mommy and daddy had a talk with Santa, and in our home, we already told Santa we don't have a lot of space and that we're so blessed that we only need 3 gifts. So Santa brings us 3 gifts. Okay. You can say it however you want to say it, however you want to talk to your kids about it is fine. And it's up to you to also have those conversations with your family and friends and say, listen, I know, and I love you so much for wanting to spoil and indulge my child with all of these wonderful things. But I respectfully ask that you consider my feelings and the space that I have to manage all the things, because I'm the one that has to manage it. So I can only hold space for one item. That's it. And, I think that most people will understand that. I get that there are the exuberant people that just like are so excited about what they're doing and giving and all that they have a harder time with it. But over time, if you continue to respectfully address it, they will understand. Or just cut your losses, don't address it anymore, accept the gifts, and then do what I do with what I did for Christmas. Like, yes, I bought all these things, but I'm just going to hold all these things and give them to her sporadically throughout the year and make it feel like Christmas here and there, Christmas in March, Christmas in November, Christmas in July, like she can get a little bit of Christmas throughout the year. You don't have to give it to them all at once. I'm sure you guys have noticed that like when kids do get that abundance of toys, it's fun when you're laying the gifts out and thinking, oh, I can't wait till they open this. But then when the kids actually go and open it, they end up only really playing with like 1 or 2 toys. And you kind of feel like I really wanted them to love this one. Well, you know what stinks is that they probably would have really loved this one if they would have only gotten this one, or if they would have gotten this one tomorrow. But because you inundated them with all of this stimulation all at once, of course they can't give every gift the same amount of attention. So you're setting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up for stress. Like, release the pressure and let it go. Just enjoy. Just let yourself enjoy the holidays with less pressure. So again, I wanted to make this one kind of like quick and simple. I hope that this was helpful to someone, and I hope you find value. If you do, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, like, comment, share. Sharing is super important. If you know anyone who would benefit from this topic, please share my channel with them. Let's spread the love. Thank you so much, as always, for watching and for tuning in. And I am wishing you and your family an absolutely amazing, joyful, miracle-filled Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and a very beautiful Happy New Year. And if I missed any holiday, I wish you a happy one of that as well. So, yeah, signing out. I hope you guys have an amazing day. And remember to take the pressure off of yourself and stay present. Slow down. That's it. All right. Bye, guys.
Oh